A pleasure to see you. It has been a while.
Same here. We're good.
How have you been coping in these terms of COVID-19?
We are following the government advisory.
As a football person, how much of an impact do you think COVID-19 has had on football?
Well, we are not in normal times, and as they say, this is not something people have experienced before. So we are all trying to see how best to survive. It's been difficult, but what can we do? There's no other option. We just have to cope and survive.
In Delali specifically, how much have COVID-19 affected the club?
Same like most clubs in the league. When I say the leagues, meaning Premier League, Division 1 and the Women's League, it's been difficult because our economic activity have been halted by the directives from the government because of the coronavirus. So basically all our economic activities, be it football matches and player transfer, has technically been halted. So we are not doing anything. So basically, if your economic activities have been halted, it means that you cannot generate income. So it's been difficult.
So if you are to ask how much, or to quantify how much this period of suspension of the league have had on the game, how much do you think that it will be?
It will be difficult to estimate how much impact this pandemic will have on our league until we don't know the duration and when it will end. But when this is over, then we can take stock and know what damages has this pandemic has caused to our league. For now, it's too early to say. It's only that our challenges is how to pay our employees under this difficult period. The government has done well to give some relief to Ghanaians by way of waiving water bills and also promise to pay 50% of electricity bills. That's a good initiative by government. But as football club, our challenge is how to pay our employees from March to the time that this outbreak will be over. If you are not involved in any economic activities, you will not be in a good position to pay your employees. At the same time, it's our wish to pay our employees because they also need to survive. They need to pay bills at home. They have other people or dependents. They have dependents on them at home. They need to take care of them as well. Yeah, the employees have been paid for March. For April, not yet. We are not in a position to pay, but we'll do everything possible to pay their salary because they need it to survive. Not paying them is not an option. We'll have to fall on other resources to be able to pay them. But we'll be more than glad if the government extend hands to the clubs from what the president said on in his speech in 27th of March, where he allocated stimulus package for small and medium scale industries. I think the clubs also fall under that, and if such help is extended to the club to go a long way to sustain us. We are not asking for money that will make us rich. No, we only need support to enable us to pay our employees for the next 3 months.
So, as a person, how difficult is it for you to be thinking, where am I going to make money available to pay my staff?
It's a challenge. Sometimes when you worry too much about issues, it becomes, it creates depression. So for that reason, we only do what we can to see how best we can sustain our obligation to our employees. We'll do everything possible humanly to continue to pay them. But as it is now, it's difficult.
You mentioned that it will be very important if the stimulus package announced by the government is also made available for the football club. There are people who say that government is already overburdened with so many things. Why would football also come in? What about if the boxing federation also goes out there to say, come and support us? Tennis, basketball, whoever.
How many of the boxing clubs are registered as a company with the registered general department? We are not asking for money for GFA. We are asking money for clubs who are in the professional league registered as companies and operating as company under the Ghana under the company code. So if all industries are supported, it will not be out of hand, or it will not be out of order if such helps are extended to clubs who are really facing difficulties. Don't forget, for clubs, football clubs, this is our second difficulties that we are going through. In 2 years, we have been hit with two crises. One was when football was halted through expose or one thing or the other. The second one is this COVID-19. So again, we have hugely been affected over the years, for the past 2 years, and we need support. We are not asking for money because it's our right. No, we also take care of other people. We have employees, we have obligation towards them. And they need to survive, we need to extend, we need to continue to pay them for them to be able to live.
One question someone would ask you, what is the contribution of football clubs to the economy of the country to merit government giving you a stimulus package?
We pay every match that clubs are involved in by way of gate fee. We pay 17.5% of VAT. We also, those who are limited by shares, end of the year, if profit is declared, they pay corporate tax. We pay other taxes. Football drive the local tourism economy. If Inter-Airlines travel to Berekum, it means that we are going to occupy one hotel there, 15 rooms in total. We are going to sleep there 2 days. We spend money there. On the match day, the folks in Berekum also involved in other activities, selling water and the rest. Football contributes hugely on the local economy through tourism. But our industry is underrated. Our industry is not known. There has been no scientific research to know the economic importance of football in our economy. So your question is so valid. I think moving forward after COVID-19, steps should be taken to assess and know the contribution of football in Ghana's economy. It will be good to know that.
The total contribution of football to the economy. The last time I was listening to you, you were mentioning about how in other jurisdictions there are some amount of contribution being paid to, I know it was to players or to the citizenry. When you spoke on GTV Sports, you mentioned that in other jurisdictions, there's about 3,000 euros. Was it Denmark or Canada?
Well, this is in Denmark. What the government has done is they classify players as under hourly workers, meaning players who work or employees that work as per the hour, the number of hours in a day. Such workers, the state, the Danish government gives them, pays 90% of their wages. Those who are not hourly workers, like admin staff or management, the government pays them 75%. In any case, the point I was making on GTV was that from our president's speech on 27th March, he made it clear that the government will support households, small and medium scale enterprises. And some of us thought that the president has created room for football clubs as well to benefit under such arrangement. So we are hoping that we will not be forgotten.
Is it the FA that's going to apply on your behalf, or the clubs that are companies registered by the Registrar General who do the application?
Normally, things must be done orderly. So in every industry, either the association or federations must do a collective, submission. So either way, but not based on every club just writing and seeking support. No, I think it has to be done as one unit.
Okay, would you suggest to government or to the Ghana Football Association to put together the total number of players we have or they have in their members and present it to government to take charge of maybe 50% of their salaries?
The database is available because Ghana is one of the few countries that register on their players through FIFA Connect.
Yes.
So every input made for the past a decade and a half is available. And I think the three leagues, that's the Premier League, the Division 1 and the Women's League, collectively employs about 40,000 people directly. That is players and admin and technical staff.
So would you suggest the government, let me limit this to only players?
No.
Take care of 50% of the salaries of our players?
No, a football club that does not comprise of players. No, you have obligation towards technical team, coaches, physio, medical doctors, trainers. You have to pay accountants, you have to pay other therapies, you have to pay drivers. So you cannot leave all those people out and focus on players. It will be extremely unfair.
Wouldn't that be too huge for government to absorb?
We are not asking government to pay our bills. We are asking government to support us in these difficult times. That's what we are asking for.
What are the steps to be taken for the revival of football after COVID-19?
I think stakeholders meeting needs to be called, and that will be discussed on the way forward for the league. I'm sure the FA will be looking at other jurisdictions, what steps they are taking. But to be prudent to include the views of all stakeholders to make that such determination.
Okay, why is your industry undervalued?
Because an emerging industry, it's not only football that is undervalued. I think our film industry or movie industry and musical industry is equally facing the same challenge. It's about art. So we are hoping that some lessons will be learned out of this COVID-19, and football clubs will have to prepare to move forward as a unit. I'm very much of the view that after this crisis, clubs should take steps to take insurance cover against unforeseen like this, so that if it does happen again, we can fall on such protection. I think the way to go is to ensure against future occurrence of situations like this, unforeseen situations like this. I think it will help all of us and also give us some security. It's interesting for you to know that in other jurisdictions, or compared to countries under CAF in Africa, it will interest you to know that it's only South Africa and Ghana that all the clubs in the top professional league are owned privately by individuals. Unlike other countries like Nigeria, Togo, Cote d'Ivoire, Niger, Egypt, Morocco, Algeria, and so on and so forth. Most, if not all, the clubs are owned by the various state or a state-owned agency, meaning they draw budget from the state. So in situations like this, they are not affected. The employees are being absorbed to government payroll, unlike Ghana and few countries like South Africa, that in the top league, all the clubs are owned by individuals. So this outbreak is really affecting clubs because even those individuals who operate other businesses are facing difficulties. And the club depend on such people to run their budget. So it's extremely difficult.
So is it good or bad to have the state being part of football, especially owning football clubs?
The state must have presence in every industry. It's very good for the state to be part of football. Even in Europe, the state creates an enabling environment, infrastructure, facilities for football to grow. The state is key in this, our industry. If you look at countries like Togo, Niger, Nigeria out of 20 clubs, about 18 is owned by the state. And we draw their budget from the various states, federal states. Yes. Unlike Ghana. It used to be like that in Ghana, where we have Gapoa and others, Power FC,
ATL and Co.
Yes. They were also drawing budget from such agencies. But currently, as we speak, or for the past 6-7 years, the league has been virtually all the clubs have been owned by individuals. So it's not easy, and there must be a discussion, a larger discussion on how to expand the base for others to join.
It means that you would advocate that state agencies should get themselves heavily involved in the administration of football, especially by partnering clubs.
That would be a way. Or communities should partner clubs and adopt clubs. Communities should adopt clubs. For instance, if you have Tema Youth in Tema, it should not be a Tema-based club. It should be Tema Youth from Tema, where the people support the club. Internals will eventually find a home, and as such, create following and open the club up for larger participation.
Have you spoken to your mother body, the Ghana Football Association, and they are not in position to help clubs?
GFA is currently, the offices are currently closed. I think they know the plight of football and football clubs. I heard that some steps have been taken by the federation, that is GFA, to source of some funding for clubs. We hope that steps will bring you some fruit, bear some fruit at the end of the tunnel.
Earlier you mentioned about how force majeures in the last 2 years have affected football. From the expose, now we have COVID-19. This COVID-19 period probably is one thing that someone would say that has brought everything to a halt. The league has been suspended. What would you advise the future of the league should be like?
meaning the current season.
The current season.
It's too early. It's too early to judge or to make determination about this current season. We will have to wait and see when normalcy will return. If normalcy should return within a few months, probably before June. Personally, I think the league will continue, but nobody knows when we will return to our economic activities. For now, we don't know, so it will be too early to comment on such.
But the league was scheduled to end in July 26. So if the league was scheduled to end on July 26, what it means is that probably if you're receiving in June, can you play the 3 other matches left in the first round plus the other 18 matches for the second round?
This crisis is affecting global football. So all timelines will have to change. So for now, it is too early to make that determination.
In other words, the league should not be suspended and maybe prepare for next year?
Such decision has to be based on fact, not fiction. So as and when that facts are on the table, then decisions can be made. For now, it's too early.
What sort of facts are required for that decision to be made?
When this outbreak will be over, and the financial situations of clubs. Those are facts that will make that such determinations, not future.
Okay, now let's talk about the FIFA regulations, which have said that clubs, or should I say, relationship between clubs and football players should also be extended. What do you make of this? Because we often hear players say my contract has ended because a date is written on it.
Well, basically, it was a circular that was brought by FIFA.
Yes.
They have not made any definite pronouncement in that circular. They only provided a guide. They only created a path that both players and clubs can follow to resolve such predicament, if any. So in any case, it only creates a platform for dialogue by clubs and players. They provided a guide on how to resolve such cases. Yes. The circular was not definite on it.
Let me just come back a bit to where we're talking about the challenges of the present COVID-19 has brought. There are people who are arguing that because of COVID-19, in other jurisdictions, players are taking pay cuts. Should we also do so?
Well, pay cut is not a fashion show that anybody should celebrate or follow. Our players are involved in a very difficult trade. They have a lot of people that depends on them. It's a career path they have chosen. Like any other industry, they need to be rewarded based on the agreement that was reached between the employer and them. But if it's extremely difficult for clubs to be able to pay their employees, and there's no other solution or there's no other way to get funding or funds to pay them, I think that would be the last resort. It's inevitable. But it has to be through negotiation. There must be a dialogue between the playing body and the managers or management to agree on some level of model to use. It's not like, hey, guys, you guys must take a pay cut. No, it doesn't go like that. It's something that will probably happen if our situation don't change early. We cannot be on pause for long due to COVID-19. Other jurisdictions, people have started returning to work. We hope that this can be resolved as soon as possible. I will encourage people, those in our industry and every Ghanaian, to follow the government advisory or government directives in respect of COVID-19 so that we can all go through this and come out early. The more this pandemic stays with us, the more difficulties or the more problems that will come our way in terms of hardship. So I plead with Ghanaians to take care, follow the government's advisories and directives in terms of COVID-19, and we will come out living again.
Have you been in touch with your players?
Yes.
And what have you been telling them?
Well, they are hoping for the best. They are doing personal training at home. Some are skipping, pressing. They are doing exercise at home just to keep fit. For now, they don't have problem because they have been paid much salary. So we just hope for the best.
Okay, thank you very much.